What is up, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Pez's Picks. I'm Jeff Hardman, joined by Pez, the man with the picks. He's up there in Vermont. What's up, Pez? How are you?
Green Mountains, Jeff. We've got a cloud literally rolling in on the ridge that we live on here, and the sun's going to be popping. Mount Pico, if you're watching, will be popping up right behind us. Get out, do some mountain biking or some climbing. Got to get up and clear the head before the NFL season, Jeff. It's an important nature versus nurture. We're going to have both, Jeff. We're going to nature and nurture these winners to keep coming. But, Vermont, legal gambling state. So is New York State. Everybody's jumping on board now. Everybody's putting the money in their pocket. That's where we keep that direction going.
There you go. And we are going to be giving you picks. Remember, folks, sometimes gambling is a game of streaks. You go on hot streaks. Sometimes you go on cold streaks. And that is definitely true with Major League Baseball. Not so much for us, but for anyone. Baseball is a game of streaks. You have the teams that get hot. They win 4 or 5 in a row. Then they hit a slump. Pez, what's your take on baseball thus far?
Something we've been picking up the last couple of years. Pitching lacking consistency, which makes it difficult, especially the closing and middle relievers. So at this point, we've got teams that are wrapping up their seasons, and the effort is going to be there some days and not. We try to avoid those. Teams like the Mets right now, probably not a good play. Any team that is kind of given up on their season, maybe you have guys going for bonuses, but when coaches are on the hot seat or managers appear to be out, teams tend to wrap it up. The Mets are an interesting team, huge payroll, huge star power, terrible team, out of the playoffs, and they win 4 straight. Do you bet against them and hope that they lose 4? Perhaps, but you stick to your system is the most logical thing to do. Bet the better pitcher, bet the team with the data on their side, and that's what we're doing today. We're taping on Tuesday. I think we're getting a real bargain deal today. We've got Yankees at Orioles. Rodon back in the lineup today. Hasn't pitched since June 28. Yankees need to make a little bit of a run here to try to win this division, which I think is still, possible. They're only 6 games back. And, if we can get Judge back, hopefully we see a little bit of a tightening race there. Boston Red Sox, unbelievable, Jeff. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but I wish I was. A team's going to make the playoffs. 97% chance to make the playoffs now, below 500. Not too long ago, about a month ago, right? And I think they won like 30 out of 33. And White Sox hanging in there, Jeff. I can't believe it. And we were talking off camera. I've said it before. I'll never bet those stinking Pirates again, but we might, Jeff. If the numbers are there, we might. Blew their season. 2 weeks ago, they're a 50% chance to make the playoffs. Today, they're at a 5%. I saw a picture of Skeens walking with his wonderful partner there, Livy Dunn. TMZ said he had a dad bod, Jeff. This guy needs to get in shape. This guy's got his sophomore jigs going. I hope I'm not seeing a little JoJo Embiid with this guy's velocities down. I'm a little worried about him. If I was in charge of the Pittsburgh Pirates, I would shut that guy down. I'd get him on some sort of workout, regimen or something. He had a huge gut, Jeff. I'm in better shape at 51 than Skeens is. What the hell's going on here? So Philadelphia Phillies, a puzzling team as well. 72% chance to make the playoffs. So do you bet a team like that that's hungry, that's still got to win? You do, but the numbers have to be there. We're not betting 240, 280, 320, minus teams. We're going to try and keep our risk at a limited basis. And that's what baseball is all about. Limit your risk, take advantage when the data is there. And we definitely have it today with the New York Yankees at the Orioles. With Rodon, we're only laying 113 to win 100. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I think we got big things for the Yankees coming forward.
Well, for those that don't know, to kind of peel back the curtain a little bit, obviously Pez communicates with several other people in regards to his daily picks that we put on his website, pezspicks.com. So I am at least in the know of who he's taking. I can track those things. And the other day you posted something, you said, no play today. And I did a little fist pump and said, yes, good. He was on a little bit of a heater at the time. And even then, Pez, I think it's important to remind folks, especially with baseball, that if the numbers aren't there, don't force a play. It's not worth it, right?
Well, I was with one of our clients over the weekend, and he told me he's involved in a handful of handicapping sites like we have, and both of us talk about each week. And he brought that up. He goes, "It's frustrating when you don't put in plays in, or you only put one play in." And I reminded him, baseball's like going to the track. You can't bet every race at the track and walk away a winner unless you're betting $1, $2, or something like that. So a limited risk. When the numbers aren't there, you don't take the risk. And at that point, you're not gambling, you're investing. And that's really what we're looking to do here. Limited risk. You don't want to expose your entire bankroll to bet, the Dodgers laying 380 in Colorado or something, right? They're going to lose every once in a while. You figure the Dodgers are going to lose 3 out of 10, and that's still an incredible record. 4 out of 10, and then we're losing money big time on that. If you triple your loss on 4 out of 10 bets, I mean, you're in the hole big time. So we're not going to do that. I used to do that as a younger man, Jeff, 20 years ago or so, when Derek Jeter and Clemens were playing for the Yankees. You'd lay 1,200 to win 100. And if you were in a hole and you're a poker player or a Atlantic City gambler, you might lay that 1,200 to win 100. And if not, you'd go and knock on everybody's door you knew to ask for a $100 loan to pay that bet off that week. So we're not doing that. We're more mature. And the numbers are there. The sports books don't change the numbers to benefit themselves anymore. You get a clean line in baseball, cleaner than you would ever get from a local bookie or a local sports maker. I would never, if I was taking bets, give you -113 on Rodon coming back after 2 months off, the Yankees needing to win, trying to get back in that division race and stay above the Red Sox. I would never give you that, right? You'd be laying 213 because odds are the Yankees are going to come out, have an effort. He's going to come out and pitch a good game. They're not going to throw that guy out there. The Yankees know what they're doing. So at the end of the day, take advantage of the numbers when they're there, limit your risk, and we kind of get through baseball. And when the NFL, I can't wait, Jeff. We got college and NFL. Football's back. We got through the summer. It's a quick summer, though, buddy. We too quick, right? Not enough golf for me this year. Let's send a message out there. Get our legal team on that. Golf, too expensive, Jeff. Let's gotta drop the prices. Get me back out there 4 times a week.
I love that. But let's talk about football. It is hard to believe next week, Saturday, August 29th, is the official week 1 of college football. It is crazy. They're going to have a full slate of games. This typically is around Labor Day. It's like the week prior. I don't know if this is week 0 that they used to call it. It's week 1, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's all semantics. But still, have you taken a look at college football? It's like taking a look at free agency in the NFL every year because of the transfer portal, NIL money, all that stuff. Have you taken a look at maybe some teams, some conferences that you like, Pez?
Well, in regards to the first 2 days of gambling, we've got minor, Division I, kind of minor teams. Probably not going to have a play on Thursday or Friday. We're not taking Colgate at Fordham, Jeff. We're not there yet. Maybe in November we will. Earmarking some games already, and I'm almost a little bit too excited about this one. I feel like I'm walking into a trap, but we're probably going to take it. North Carolina at TCU. TCU, historically, exciting team, a lot of energy. North Carolina has turned into the biggest dumpster fire of college football I've ever seen, Jeff. Some health issues with Belichick Jr., the GM, fired for unknown reasons, Jeff. I'm assuming that they're not good reasons anyway. Gone, Lombardi gone. Belichick seeming confused still, attractive young lady that he's hitched up with. Is there any focus on that team? I don't think so. That 7.5 scares me a little bit, though. Is that bait? Am I going to put this bet in and then have that Belichick come out and put up an amazing game? I don't think so, Jeff. So TCU, UNC will probably be our first play. If that line drops to 7, we're jumping all over it. Maybe we'll buy that half a point. Going to be a very difficult college football. Last year, I think we had our best one ever. I think we're around 70%. I think at this point, Ohio State is just a machine. Every year they're putting out an amazing team. Oregon coming in ranked number 2, a Fugazi alert. We put that out there for them every year. They will at the end of the season. Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame. Can Manning in Texas be the guy that we thought he was going to be last year? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. There's a vacancy at the quarterback position this year like I've never seen. Mendoza, guys like that, even Carson Beck looking good. I don't see many of them this year in college football. So can Miami, can Indiana, can Can these teams replace their quarterback positions and still have elite offenses? Is Trinidad going to be the player that we thought he was? Penn State, a lot of problems there, Jeff. I don't know. This is how we dig deep at Pez's Picks. Penn State, a gigantic story about the break. It leaked yesterday. Gigantic drug cartel operating out of fraternities at Penn State. They were moving kilos of hard drugs from Philadelphia and New York into fraternity houses and having pledges cut up the back. This is like something you see on The Wire, Jeff. So does that leak towards football? I don't know, Jeff, but I'm going to shy away from them as well. Going to be a fun season, but we have a lot of quarterbacks that left, guys that were good, even, Cade Klubenek at Clemson, guys that were there 4, 5, 6 years, and now we're going to have a lot of rookies. So I think this season we could see some minor teams kind of upset some big teams, especially early on, and we're going to tread lightly into college football. We're not going to be jumping in and betting 5, 6 games on every Saturday, and we're going to look and see. And I kind of assume Texas is going to be the team to beat this year. I think Manning has to have a better season. He's going to have more poise, and that's my assumption.
Well, and if you go back to last season, you definitely treaded carefully at the beginning of the season. We took some L's, not going to lie, and then we finally started to figure out, okay, who are the players, who are the teams we can take advantage of. It does take a little bit of time, and that's just college football in today's national college football, the free agency that is the transfer portal. It just takes some time. So we'll be talking about that. I want to plug our secondary podcast that we've been doing. We're going to continue those with the NFL. Our last series of betting the divisions is coming up this week, where we do the East divisions, the AFC and the NFC East. Next week, we'll have our first college football week 1 preview, where Pez is going to take a look at some games that he is looking at. Of course, we're not going to give you those picks because that's at Pez'sPicks.com. It's a pay site. Make sure you go there to get his premium picks. But Pez, this week you also did something I never thought I'd see you do, and you took an NFL preseason game. And again, I'm privy to these picks before they go on the website, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? My God.
It seemed logical, Jeff. It seemed logical.
No, it did not seem logical.
You've got 2 experienced NFL quarterbacks, Deshaun, who let's just leave it at Deshaun Watson, and Shador battling. You figure they're going to go out and have their A game. Cleveland going to be on the mark. Cleveland appears to already have wrapped up this season, Jeff. They had their starters out there, and Chicago's B team beat the hell out of them. I was out with some friends, some old associates. This is why gambling's fun, Jeff. You get out, you talk about things, you talk yourself into stuff. We're just excited for football, Jeff. We put that guy in there. There'll be a video coming out, our punishment at Fort William Henry in Lake George. I got put in the stocks, Jeff, over that NFL preseason. Well, God bless that NFL. You never fail in the NFL. The effort, even in preseason. I learned a lot about those Chicago Bears. When your B team is playing as hard and as well coached as they looked, maybe we're a little bit, kind of keep that in the back of our head going forward. Cleveland looked awful. They looked like a rookie coach team, which they are. Chicago looked locked in. Maybe a little bit more of a believer after watching that game, not seeing the starters, but seeing the atmosphere and seeing kind of what's going on, the culture. And that team looks like they're ready to prove something. So that's something we'll keep in the back of the head. But at this point, who cares who's quarterbacking for Cleveland? Team's horrible, Jeff. What were you thinking? But it's fun. It's August, Jeff. We got to do something here. We got to bet on something. It's August.
Well, hopefully that's it for the NFL preseason plays at Pez's Picks, but we'll be keeping in touch. Like I said, the betting the divisions is going to continue this week. We'll have the AFC East on Wednesday, and we'll have the NFC East. We'll save the last for the Homer himself, who's wearing the Kelly Green hat right now, for Thursday. But let's finish up this podcast, Pez, with some PGA Tour talk. Finally, and I say finally, that's hard to believe. Scotty Scheffler wins. His only his second win of the year. The last win he had was the American Express back in January. And he doesn't just win, he dominates the field. An 8-stroke victory at the St. Jude Championship, which is the first leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. The BMW Championship is coming up. I took Scotty. Plus 450 odds is what I got him with. And cashed that and a top 5 pick on Scotty, where he was minus 106. So basically even odds. Hey, if you know how to play the game, right?
Bravo, Jeff. Bravo. I tried watching it, Jeff. Scheffler is the Karl Malone, John Stockton, Utah Jazz of PGA. He is the most boring. He's the top 5 guy at this point. He's got to be a top 5 best golfer of all time. I know his majors numbers aren't there yet. But when he is on, he's boring, right? Phil, even Jack, even Tiger have these amazing heroic recovery shots. When he's on, he doesn't miss. There's no exciting shots. And the best putter out there this past week, at this point, just give him the trophy, Jeff, right? When he's locked in, just give it to him. This is how you know golf was boring and Scheffler was playing so well. They kept talking about the caddy's mustache, Jeff. When you're talking about the caddy's mustache, the guy is locked in. I've never seen a guy from tee to green be so complete. And, I've watched a lot of golf over the years. One of the greatest golfers I have ever seen. And when that putt's rolling in, and he led the field in putting. When he's half of the field in putting, he's going to win every week. And I don't know if that stroke can hold up. I mean, we all know about his feet and just an amazing athlete. And it reminds me, Jeff, this guy, Tiger, even Phil, even Jack, they don't have the perfect swing like an Adam Scott, even like the Oberg guy. These guys are athletes, right? Scotty Scheffler, you wouldn't teach that swing. He's an athlete playing golf, and it reminds me in every sport, Tom Brady, another guy that always pops in my head, not the best quarterback, physically or fundamentally. Athletes win these events, right? And that's what we look to bet on. You want to bet the athlete, not the overcoached guy who's perfect and always manipulating things. You want an athlete who's out there and got feel. Scotty Scheffler, maybe the greatest field golfer ever, right? I mean, this guy, that swing is ridiculous, and he nuts it every time. I think he was a high school basketball player. He's got some point guard touch. I could watch him all day, but it's boring, Jeff. He needs competition, right? Rory mailed this one in. Jordan Spieth, I mean, he's fun to watch a little bit till he chokes it up. I'm feeling this week a little Ricky Fowler, Jeff. I'm feeling a Ricky Fowler kind of, this guy needs a good finish to kind of pop into that. The final field's 20, if I'm correct, right? We're down to 50.
We're there at 50 this week at the BMW, and it's a 30 for the Tour Championship at Eastlake.
30. Okay. I'm feeling a Ricky Fowler win this week, Jeff. I like his game. He's got some mojo going. The other thing that they need to do with golf, stop complaining about the heat. It's 100 degrees. I play golf at 100 degrees. You too, Jeff. These guys are getting paid millions. They're walking around with umbrellas. Ban umbrellas on sunny days in golf. It is so soft looking. You would never see that Fox guy that won the British Open carrying an umbrella, some rugby guy. They must look at these guys and be like, what pussies are these guys? Walking around with an umbrella in the sun? Give me a break, Jeff. That we're selling. We're going to mail that one in. Maybe that's why I shut it off on Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got Cameron Young at plus 1,750. I just have a hunch that he's going to come back and play well. My long shot pick, I don't know. We know that the general public hates Wyndham Clark, but I didn't realize the sports books do too. He's at plus 3,300 odds to win this tournament. He finished tied for 5th last week at St. Jude. He's won the U.S. Open. He won another tournament on tour this year. He's playing good golf. I think that's a great odds pick at plus 3,300.
I mean, it's tough to argue that. You could probably make an argument for all these guys at this point. Probably,
True.
to be in this field, you would have had to win one or maybe come close. Sam Burns kind of, hanging around there each week, looking like a golfer that could win every week. I like guys that have something to play for a little bit. And, Fowler to me, I don't know what his odds are, Jeff. I haven't looked it up, but I like Fowler at this point. Cam Young, weird kind of Hideki Matsuyama stall swing, right? I mean, I watched that guy. And he's an amazing golfer. Another feel guy, another guy that kind of, has to kind of feel the game a little bit beyond. Patrick Cantlay, I can't believe made this field, Jeff. I thought we were done with that guy. The most boring, slow golfer. Ban him, Jeff. Let's send that guy to Live as Live's dying, right? I think they just canceled the last tournament. Let's get the crooks. Let's get the bad guys back on golf. Let's get DJ out there. Poor John Rahm. I mean, do I feel bad for him? No.
Hey, Rahm's coming back. Rahm's coming back. That became public yesterday.
Yeah, what a pouty little baby that guy is, right? Give me a break, Jeff. Guy gets $100 million and he's pitching and moaning. Get them back there so we have some enemies. It's like professional wrestling. You need the good guys and the bad guys. Hulk Hogan wouldn't have been Hulk Hogan without the Randy Macho Man Savage, Jeff. You need an enemy, and let's get them back out there. Let them wear the Live gear. They should have to wear their stupid Live gear for a year to come back out there and shame them, Jeff. Or wear, they need to get a tattoo, Live with an X over it or something.
All right, it's been a good show, Pez. I know that you're going to be excited to watch some golf this week, as well as some NFL preseason action. Which, a reminder, we are going to have those NFL podcasts coming at you tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, breaking down the AFC East and NFC East in that order. Pez, any final thoughts?
Keep an eye on these injury reports too. We've had a plague of injuries in NFL preseason. Not a good thing, Jeff. Not a good thing. I don't know what's going on out there, but keep an eye on your future plays. Significant injury, might be time to cash that in. You never know, especially with offensive linemen, a dying breed of a player that you desperately need. New York Giants. I mean, we'll be talking about in our other pod. What's going on with that team? Can't they get somebody to block for that poor guy? Jesus, God, Jeff, come on.
All right, been a good show, Pez. We'll talk. See you.